I'm here with America's champ, Colby Covington. Mate, pleasure to be in your presence, Colby. Now, I want to ask you, usually going into fights, you're the villain, but you're on home soil, the president's in attendance. Are you feeling the love in the United States?
Yeah, I'm feeling the love. I can't believe he turned down a homecoming show in the UK. That was the biggest mistake he could have ever made. So now he has to come to home soil, and history repeats itself. So I'm going to repeat 1776 on Saturday night, and that means you don't come to America and fuck with us. British tried to take our independence and our freedoms, and we said fuck you. You're going back home empty-handed. And that's the same thing that's going to happen to Lee on Saturday night.
What does it mean to you to have President Donald Trump in attendance supporting you at the fight?
That's a bigger meaning than fighting for the belt. Having literally the most famous person on planet Earth coming to support me on Saturday night and give me calls and bring me to his house, sign my freaking suit before I come out here for the fight. I mean, it's the most incredible accomplishment I've ever achieved in the history of the sport, and it's an honor. There's no man, it doesn't matter who they put in there on Saturday night. They could put literally the Hulk and Superman and Spider-Man all in there at the same time. No one's stopping me from getting my hand raised on Saturday night when Donald Trump's in attendance.
Well, in America, you serve the president. In the UK, Leon serves the royal family. What are your thoughts on the royal family?
Are the royal family coming out to support Leon on Saturday?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Who's he bringing out? Is he bringing out Paddington the Bear? Is he bringing out freaking Spice Girls? He's bringing out nobody. Nobody gives a fuck about Leon.
I think the fat mayor of Birmingham might come out. I don't know. It's not confirmed yet, but potentially, I don't know.
Does anybody know who that is, though?
No.
Never heard of her. I mean, I have the president. He doesn't have the royal family. They could give a shit less. They don't even know who Leon is. When Leon walks down the street in the UK, I've heard literally 10 out of 10 people don't even know who he is. So the guy's unlikable. He has no redeeming qualities. And Saturday night, I'm going to send him back to the prelims.
You were there for his title fight in the UK. America or the UK? Why is America the better country?
America's the better country because of our freedoms here. We're able to express ourselves however we want to do. We're able to, have constitutional rights. They don't have constitutional rights. They have to bow to a king over there. They have to, they're not able to do certain things, and they're restricted in their own lives. So America's the land of the free, home of the brave for a reason. And I love the UK people. The UK people, the fans over there are electric. Some of the most charismatic fans I've ever seen in the sport's history. So, I'm not trying to put down the UK fans because I respect them a lot. But, as a country, I do think that America is a better country. And, we decided that in 1776 when we beat their ass.
Leon's on a 12-fight win streak. Do you feel like you're not giving him enough credit for his 12-fight win streak in the UFC?
Well, he's not on a 12-fight win streak because his streak got broken up when he poked the guy in the eyes and it was a DQ. That in baseball, you hit a hit and you hit 3 hits in a row. Okay, you're on a 3-hit streak, but if you get walked the next thing, now your hit streak is ended. So his streak is ended. He's not on a 12-fight win streak. He poked the guy in the eyes and cheated, and he's the biggest cheater in the sport. That's all he does. Look at the last fight with Usman in the UK. He's poking the guy in the eyes, grabbing his nut, grabbing the cage 4 or 5 times. The guy looks for every cheating advantage he can in the octagon. So I don't see anything impressive. And Saturday night, I'm going to bring out the quitter in him, and I'm going to bring out the dog in me.
He's also credited for Kamaru Usman's first takedown. Do you feel like you were robbed of that title?
Everybody knows I was robbed of that title. I took him down, 3 or 4 times in Madison Square Garden. He clearly hit his knees. Even Daniel Cormier, he's an Olympian and NCAA champion. He's like, dude, that's easily 2 takedowns. The guy's wrestled his whole life. He's the best wrestler that UFC's ever seen. So if Cormier says it and calls it and other announcers are calling it, everybody knows it is. It's just everybody hates me. Everybody calls me the villain, the bad guy. So everybody loves to, shit on me and not give me credit for the credit that I'm due.
Well, Kamaru Usman came out and spoke to DC and gave you credit and saying you're going to be unrelenting and keep putting the pressure on. What's it like getting compliments from your biggest rival in the UFC?
Yeah, it's strange. It doesn't feel right. It's very weird. We've had some of the biggest heated rivalry that you could ever have in the octagon and in the UFC build-up. So, it's cool. I mean, he respects me. We shared 10 rounds together. I feel like I got 7 out of those 10 rounds and I beat him. So I think he feels that deep down inside, like what the dog is inside me. So, it's cool to see him respect me. Maybe we'll be friends when the careers are over.
Outside of the fight this week, you've had a back and forth with Strickland. You've called him a pathetic human being. He's had a go at you as a man. How would that fight play out? How do you think that fight would play out between you and Strickland?
Well, he ran for my weight class. He couldn't cut it at 170, so he had to go to an easy weight class. Everybody knows once you leave 170 and you go north in the weight classes, the fights are way easier. These guys are unathletic at 185, 205 in heavyweight, so those are the easiest weight class in the division. So he couldn't cut it at my weight class, so of course he had to leave my weight class. But the guy's a joke. He's a joke of a human being. He's talking about women should only be in the kitchen. Are you kidding me? There's some of the most brilliant minds in the world that are women. My friend Candace Owens, for example, she's one of the smartest people on planet Earth. I'd love to see him tell her she should be in the kitchen, because I guarantee she would walk circles around Jon Strickland and make him realize that he should be in the kitchen.
Candace is great. Do you feel like while you were gone for 18 months, he tried to take your spot as the American right-wing fighter, almost take your gimmick?
Yeah, I mean, I'm real. There is no gimmick. I'm just, I speak for what I believe in. I stand for what I believe in. And he definitely, he tried to campaign and try and act like he's in the politics world now. So he did try and buy off some of my stuff. But, imitation is the most sincere form of flattery.
Now, Ian Garry's been in the spotlight on this card. What advice does Colby Covington have for Ian Garry?
I would say that, Ian, if you step in shit, you better wipe that shit off your shoes, Junior.
Would you take your wife's last name?
Absolutely not. Are you kidding me? That's the biggest joke I've ever seen. I mean, did he take his wife's name? He took like 3 names. I mean,
there's a couple of names in there, yeah.
How many names are they going to have to put on his fight kit for Saturday?
I want to go through your list of nicknames. I want to know Colby Covington's top 3 nicknames. You've had some absolute bangers. Street Judas, Cumshot Chimaev, Ben Arse Cream, Marty Fake Newsman, Ian the Cuck Garry. What's your top 3 nicknames?
Top 3 nicknames would be probably Cumshot Chimaev, Leon Scott, and CEO of EPO.
CEO of EPO.
Yeah.
Usually give your UFC picks, or surrounded by big-breasted women, giving your picks for the nerds and virgins. What's your pick for the nerds and virgins?
Yeah, America's pick of the week is none other than yours truly. So, that's going to be the greatest underdog pick that's ever cashed in the history of sports betting. So make sure you get on over to mybookie.ag. They're the king of the sports book, and they'll make sure you get paid out instantly.
Now, I'm from Australia. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Colby. I'm all about making countries great again. How would you make Australia great again?
I'd make Australia great again by, standing up for the people and not being a dictator, letting people live their lives how they want to live them. You shouldn't be restricted and told how you should live your life. You shouldn't be force-fed to take vaccines and stay in your houses. That's not right. That's not what we were put on this earth to do. And the only ruler in this world is God. He's the only one. So not these dictators, not these prime ministers. No one else should tell you how to live your life but God. So, I'd make Australia great again by just letting people live their lives however they want to live it.
The president is in attendance. He's going for America's fighter. In your professional opinion, Donald Trump or Joe Biden in the octagon, who wins?
Oh, my gosh. Literally, Donald Trump would knock him out with his lunchbox for hands. If you've ever seen his hands, that guy is freaking massive. And he used to wrestle, so he's a real fighter. So Donald Trump would knock out Joe Biden within literally 5 seconds. It wouldn't even be competitive. I mean, you see Joe Biden can't even ride a bicycle. He's falling off his bicycle. I mean, the guy can't even walk up a flight of stairs. They have to give him a side door to go on Air Force One because he can't even make it up the steps. The guy's freaking senile. He shouldn't even be the president. But we know he's not running this country. We know it's the Obamas or the Clintons or some other nasty people in the swamp. So, Donald Trump would KO Joe Biden within seconds, that old man.
There you go, early round TKO to Donald Trump.